Good evening, fifth graders. Tonight we're going to be working with some capacity, some liters, some milliliters, and some cubic centimeters. Might sound pretty confusing right away. It's actually a lot of fun, and you're going to be noticing some things that you've learned back in your early years in elementary school. First of all, we have the G-man. I don't know if some of you learned this in second or third grade. I love the G-man, especially this funny guy. But anyways, with the G-man, this is one thing you're going to be working with. I'm going to take a look at this here. I'll bring this to the front. This is one major thing you're going to be taking a look at. You got this big G. The G represents gallons. Okay, look closely at this. So in 1 big gallon, we have 4 Q's. The 4 Q's represent 4 quarts. So if I have 4 quarts, I have 1 gallon. Inside each quart, I have 2 pints. That's why I have a double P in each quart. So how many P's do I have in 1 gallon? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 pints equals 1 gallon. The really small letter inside each P are 2 C's. Those represent cups. So in each P, there's 2 C's. It's kind of a tongue twister. So there's 2 cups in each pint. So in each quart here, we have We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cups in each quart. So then how many cups do we have in an entire gallon? Well, if I have 8 here, and if I have 8 here, my bad, not 8. If I have 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, I have 16 cups inside my gallon, okay? Then take a look, the G-man is holding an 8 in each cup. This represents 1 cup equals 8 ounces. That's why he's holding cups with 8 ounces in it. So let's take a look back at our G-man shirt here. I love this guy. How many cups do we have in a quart? We have 4 cups in 1 quart. If we have 4 cups in 1 quart, that means we have 32. 4 times 8 is 32. There's 32 ounces in each quart. 32, 32, 32. So 32 times 4 is how many ounces are inside a gallon. 128 ounces in a gallon. So obviously if they want to know how many ounces are in half a gallon, you would divide that by 2. The main thing is I want you just to remember all of these things because you're going to be asked this in the future. You're going to be asked these questions in life, working with units. So I want you to remember these things, okay? All right, let's kind of keep going here. So 1 gallon equals how many pints? Well, we're not always going to have the G-man on the side there, so we're just going to kind of make it here. So we have this information. We have a big G. We have 4 Q's. You might have to do this in your workbook or even on a sheet of scratch paper right here. In each Q, we have 2 P's. And then in each P, we have 2 C's. CC, CC. Looks just like this. I learned this back when I was 8 years old, and I still remember it. So 1 gallon has how many pints? So in this big G, how many pints do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pints. 1 gallon has how many quarts? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 quarts. How many cups in 1 ounce? Remember what he was holding? 1 cup is 8 ounces. 2 quarts, so 2 of these quarts equals how many gallons? That's half of a gallon. 6 pints equals how many quarts? Well, let's take a look. 1, 2, 2 pints. 3, 4, 4 pints. 5, 6, 6 pints. How many quarts? That's 3 quarts. 1 quart is how many ounces? So in one of these quarts here, kids, this is how you're looking at this. In one of these quarts, how many ounces do we have? Well, we have to find out how many C's we have. We have 4 C's. So that means we have 4 cups. 1 cup is 8 ounces. So we're doing 4 times 8 to answer that question, which is 32 ounces. Perfect. Let's keep cruising here. So 3 gallons equals how many pints? Well, 3 gallons. I'm going to draw my G. So 3 gallons, I have how many pints? Well, how many pints are in 1 gallon? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 in 1 gallon. So in 3, 8 times 3 gives me 24. 24 pints. 40 cups equals how many gallons? Well, how many cups are in 1 gallon? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I have 16 cups there. So I have 16 cups in 1 gallon. So it's 16 cups equals a gallon. Okay, so that's 1 gallon. Another 16 would give me another gallon. So I'm at 32. So then I need 8 more cups. 8 cups would be half a gallon. See how I figured that out, kids? So that would be 2.5. 3 quarts equals how many fluid ounces? All right, let's take a look how to solve this one. 3 quarts equals how many fluid ounces? So first of all, we have to find out how many cups are in a quart. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 cups in a quart. How many cups are in 3 quarts? So if I have 4, 4, 4, that is 12 cups in 3 quarts. So 3 quarts equals 12 cups. Are you following along with me? So I started off with these 3 Qs. And then I counted all the cups in there. So I have 12 cups. If each cup is 8 ounces, that means I'm going to have to multiply this 12 by 8. It has 96 fluid ounces. I really wanted to work this out for you because this always tends to be something that's very confusing for kids. Just always remember that G, man. It makes sense. And when you're kind of confused and you can't remember how many ounces are in a cup, just remember what number were on those mugs he was holding. All right, let's move on. Units of capacity. Here's another thing. 1 cubic centimeter. So we've been working with cubic centimeters, right? So a cubic centimeter, those little tiny cubes we've been seeing in all of our worksheets there. Okay. 1 times 1 times 1 equals 1 milliliter. 1 milliliter equals 1 cubic centimeter. Okay, so we have a solid and then we have a liquid. So just remember the 1 cubic centimeter equals 1 milliliter. So with that knowledge, 10 cubic centimeters would be 10 milliliters. It's that easy. 10 and 10. Here's another one. 312 cubic centimeters would be 312 milliliters. Let's keep going. Well, if I have 456 milliliters, that would be 456 cubic centimeters. Here's another one. 3 milliliters would be 3 cubic centimeters. What about this now? 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. So if 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters, that would be 3 liters would be 3,000 milliliters. 3,000 milliliters. How many cubic centimeters would that be then? 3 liters would be how many cubic centimeters? Well, guess what? It'd be 3,000. Just like we've been working on. Okay? 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters, so half the liter would obviously be half of 1,000, which is 500. Well, 500 milliliters would also be 500 cubic centimeters. 2.5 liters equals 2,500 milliliters. That would also be 2,500 cubic centimeters. 4,500 milliliters would be 4.5 liters. 4.5 liters also equals 4,500 cubic centimeters. 2,000 milliliters equals 2,000 cubic centimeters. It also equals 2 liters, doesn't it? 4 liters equals 4,000 milliliters, which is also 4,000 cubic centimeters. And that's the rest of the practice I have for you kids. Okay? As I'm skipping all over the place here. Just keep this in mind. Tomorrow when you're working in class, and they might ask you, what is 3.5 liters in cubic centimeters? Well, 3.5 would be 3,000 3,500 milliliters, which would then also be 3,500 cubic centimeters. All right. Once again, if you're struggling with that G-man, just take a look right back at him, what was on his shirt, what was in his hands. It will all make sense. Hopefully this helped, kids. I look forward to working with capacity and liters and milliliters with you in class tomorrow.